Module 7.
And finally, I come to one of the great mysteries of all times, the Bermuda Triangle. Now, even though I am neither an aviation engineer nor a pilot, I have studied the subject for many years. The Bermuda Triangle is an area of sea in the Atlantic Ocean south of the USA. If you can imagine a triangle on this map here, with its corners just touching Miami in Florida, San Juan in Puerto Rico, and the tiny 54 square kilometer island of Bermuda. So it isn't really a place as such, and was sort of invented and named due to the mysterious disappearance of airplanes and ships in that area. In fact, over the past 5 centuries, more than 1,000 craft have disappeared inside the triangle, mostly near the southern boundary of the triangle, between Florida and Puerto Rico. The strange thing is that these disappearances occur in what seem normal conditions, and often without distress calls, as if the vessels simply vanish into thin air. Now, how people came up with the name Bermuda Triangle is worth explaining before I continue. As a matter of fact, the first name proposed was the Miami, but the state of Florida objected for fears that it would stop people from visiting. Likewise, Puerto Rico objected to it being called after the country, but no one seemed to object to its current name because Bermuda had been known as the Island of the Devils even before the disappearances. So anyway, the ships and aircraft that have disappeared have been victims of different circumstances and situations, and in all cases things happened very quickly and unexpectedly. These incidents often leave experts baffled, and as you can imagine, have been a cause for concern. For years, believers in the paranormal, aliens, and other theories blamed the disappearances on mysterious forces at work or on alien abductions. Of course, these theories were never proven, and since then, lots of research has been carried out to try to come up with a reasonable explanation. As a result, there are a variety of theories. The top 2 explanations have long been methane gas and electronic fog. The first theory maintains that in the area there is methane gas trapped under the sea floor, which can erupt and cause ships to sink. Even planes flying over it can catch fire and explode. The latter theory states that at given times, a strange thick cloud appears from nowhere and engulfs a ship or a plane. Its instruments begin to malfunction, and finally it vanishes without a trace. Neither of these explanations seems adequate, however. Recently, more plausible and, let's say, down-to-earth explanations are being put forward and considered more seriously. One researcher, for example, has recently given quite convincing explanations for the disappearance of 2 commercial planes in the area. According to his theory, one plane suffered from catastrophic technical failure as a result of poor design, while the other is likely to have run out of fuel. He explains that 60 years ago, commercial flights from London to Bermuda were more risky, as planes would have had barely enough fuel to do it, even though they refueled along the way. Flights from London to Bermuda needed to refuel in the Azores before the 2,000-mile flight to Bermuda, which was actually the longest non-stop commercial overseas flight in the world at the time. So in fact, planes were often operating at the limit of their range, and near accidents and accidents were more common than today. One airline, for example, had a terrible safety record. In 3 years, it had 11 serious accidents and lost 5 planes with 73 passengers and 22 crew members killed. Let's take a look at one of these disappearances in detail.